What's going on, world? It's your boy Bobito PK, also known as Mr. PK Unlaced, and I'm coming at you with a different kind of review today. So, iPhones dropped, I end up upgrading, and you want to know what? I did not jump out the window and get the Pro. I got the simple old 11. So now, I'm going to tell you the good old differences between the 11 and the 8 Plus. Now let's get down to it. Let's talk about specs and facts. Retail price that I've actually paid for this iPhone 11 is about $8.99 after tax and things like that. Overall, I end up going with the 11 instead of the 11 Pro or the 11 Pro Max, because when you want to talk about some of the other specs that I went back and forth going through the store's decisions with as I was playing with all of them, that 4K camera still comes up front. They still have all the preferences that you need for both of those lenses on the back side. The only thing you're really is missing is the telephoto and the retina display. Well, not a retina display, it's a newer liquefied OLED display. Screen size, this is my 8 Plus right next to my 11, and they are pretty much. The thing is, at the same time, is there's no home button. So that whole screen resolution size that you had on a Plus, it's right here. There's no home button, so you don't have to worry about that. Front face camera is 4K, and that's on the 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max. So all that is unanimous across the board. A13 chip, still in the 11. So when you want to really get down into it, the Pro is more of a flex move, to be honest. Like, really, to be honest. Because think about it. Do you really need to get up close to something like that? I mean, are you doing like insect photography or anything like with your lens? With your phone in your pocket? No? So, then why are you gonna even jump out the window for it? No brainer. So, cheaper option. And I say this is the best bang for your buck. Also, there's some iOS 13.1 beta problems at this moment. Some apps are not working, especially if you're a sneakerhead like me. Your sneakers app might not work, so you might have to, retro that back. Hence why I still got my 8 running around. All that, no, it's not working out. So I'm gonna need you guys to actually get up on that ball real quick, because there's like sneakers dropping today, actually, like in the next couple of hours and shit. So work on that. Please be better. Back to the phones. But both of them are great choices. Well, this was my old relic that I had. I don't want to say no. Obsolete within like the last 2 years. After, facial recognition came out. This is the last of the home button. Just say I was the last to let that go. I was really against letting the home button go, but I just broke up with it. And then, you know what, it's not that bad, because this whole facial recognition is cool, kind of creepy, but cool at the same time. So works really flawlessly and actually detects my face. I thought I would have to actually do a glamour shot and look up and be beautified every time, but it's really not the case. So that works out relatively well. I mean, this phone is extremely loud. It still has the same exact audio as the Pro. So let's go down some real quick specs, and I'm gonna just give you a quick breakdown. So Pro, Pro Max, and regular 11, which I have. Pro Max and Pro, the only two differences that's major between those two guys is screen resolution, screen size, if you just want a bigger phone in your hand. Pricing point is the ridiculous thing, because you can go from about $1,000 to about $1,500 depending on the size that you choose. So that's going to be one of those things that you might have to play with for a second. And everybody that gets the phone honestly says, man, I could have went the other direction and didn't have to pay as much. But that's just my opinion with some of the people I talk to. And like my buddy Corey at Apple said, hey man, make the choices depending on the phone that you have, and not the phone that you just reading about, because we all upgrade differently. Some people look at it for the camera, some people look at it for the audio, some people look at it for the speed, some people, it all depends on what your needs are. So when he said that, I said, all right, put two and two together, let me go play with these phones. Cameras pretty much are spot dead on the same. The only thing that you're getting is a difference between an extra close-up perspective. Like if you want somebody to be up this close to you and you really want to, no, uncomfortably close. But the other one with the ultra wide and all those other features, you still get them in the iPhone 11. So with that being said, it's not a bad plan to get yourself an 11 instead of a Pro, especially if you want to be a little bit more budget conscious. Like, you might have bills and things that you want to pay for. Instead of putting $1,000 or $1,200 down on a phone, it's getting kind of wild. So you make more budget conscious decisions, folks, so we can actually have, like, you know, extra money to buy sneakers. Long story short, you can do your own research, and I'm actually going to drop some more of these pinpoints and some of the actual descriptions below, so you can actually see some of the comparisons, because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors and things getting thrown over your head relatively quick, and they saying you should just buy, and that's not the case. So take your time, investigate. Don't just jump out the window and say, I'm gonna just grab this because I need that, because that's what they say. It's just go play with the phone and, you know, figure out your own fate, because that's exactly what my buddy told me, and I did that same exact thing, and I came out with this. I really came out with an 11, and it's not bad at all. So I ended up buying 11s for everyone in my house instead of just having to buy a Pro for myself. So if you think about it that way, which is the better decision? So, and then I'll have some shots to also compare for when I went from an 8 Plus to an 11, and how remarkable these shots are starting to become. So, man, everything that I'm doing for you guys right now, if I'm doing it on a gimbal with some of these quick pan shots and stuff like that, is going to be coming from this phone. This phone is officially retired. I mean, this is now Ava's plaything. And I use it to buy sneakers stuff, because since the apps are not really upgraded yet. But until we get there and everything is said and done, this is the new one. Old busted hotness, new fire. Old busted hotness, new fire. Right, it's your boy Barbito PK, also known as Mr. PK Unlaced, coming at you with another quick review on some tech stuff. Budget conscious decisions, folks, when you come into technology. I mean, man, you don't have to jump out the window all the time. Be easy.